What up? It's Ilya. I got this weird ass mic here that I'm trying out. I think it's going to be better audio quality. And yeah, what I want to talk to you about today. Actually, I wonder if I should like hold it against my chest or if that's going to like mess up the sound. It's probably fine. You can hear me okay. But yeah, so what I want to talk to you about today is I think we'll do some more quotes. So let me see if I can pull them up here. And what I was thinking is like, yeah, just keep going through quotes. I'll probably end up eventually, running out of quotes, and then I'll have to find something else. But for now, we'll go through some of my favorite quotes again. So first one is, no task is a long one, but the task on which one dare not start. It becomes a nightmare. That's Charles Baudelaire. No task is a long one, but the task on which one dare not start, it becomes a nightmare. Basically procrastination. I actually have, it's funny because I have like a ton of quotes here that are about procrastination. It's because I was totally procrastinating instead of doing the shit I was supposed to do by like reading quotes on procrastinating, trying to stop. But regardless of the irony in that, Charles Baudelaire is quite right about this, right? No task is a long one, but the task on which one dare not start. Man, so true, man, so true. Tasks expand to become nightmares when you don't. Okay, have you ever done this where you have like a task and you're like, okay, I'm totally gonna do this, and then you just keep putting it off, you keep procrastinating, and then like literally hella time goes by where you're like, it's like gnawing at you. It's like in the back of your mind, you're thinking about it, you're like, fuck, I gotta do that thing. And then literally once you get it done, it takes like 10 minutes and then it's done. And you're like, wow. But it's something where like, it's something where you had to, sorry about the spitting, I have the freaking, these nicotine patches in my mouth again, nicotine pouches. So it's like, it becomes a task where you're just like, oh my God, like it consumes your mind and you just become this gremlin with your task. You're like, the task. And then when you finally do it, you're like, that was hella easy. What the hell? Like it's something where you have to like log into QuickBooks and do some tax thing and you're like, I don't want to think about that right now. But then you end up ruminating on it for hella long, and then at the very end, you're just like, why did I take so long to do this? Let me just minimize this, actually. I'm gonna make myself small here so I can look at the quotes. I can still see myself. Yeah, dude, it becomes this thing where you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I took that much time to like procrastinate on this thing. And you know what? You're probably procrastinating right now instead of doing the thing you're supposed to do. So go do it, damn it, after this video. But anyway, yeah, it becomes a nightmare. That's so true. You're just like, the thing, and then you do it and you're like, why did I take so long to do that? It reminds me, there's a book by Brian Tracy. He's like this old school self-development guy. And he's like, the book is called Eat the Frog. And literally the entire book, he's just like, yeah, dude, eat the frog, man. You got to eat the frog. You got to wake up and you got to do the thing that you hella don't want to do, where you're just like, oh man, I hella don't want to do this. It's so gross and disgusting. It's the thing that's like, and there's another book called, The War of Art, not The Art of War by Sun Tzu, but The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield. And one of the things I remember from that book is he's like, the thing that you most don't want to do, the thing you're procrastinating on the most, is usually the thing that is like, you can use the resistance, he calls it, the resistance that you feel towards doing that task. You can use it as a compass to actually like direct you to the thing that's most important, because that's usually the thing where you have to make some sort of decision, or it's something where you have to take some mental effort to figure it out. You're like, how do I even log into QuickBooks? I don't know my password, my email's broken, like whatever it is. I actually have a friend that like literally when it all comes down to it, he's like, I want to get a better job. There's all these jobs I can get that would be super easy to do. And it all comes back to like, I couldn't get on Upwork because like I couldn't figure out my email password. And I'm like, literally your email password is holding you back from your life of dreams, like your dream life. Like, what are you doing? I'm like, just use a different email. And he's like, well, it's still tied to my phone number, so they know it's me. I'm like, get another SIM card. It costs like $15 at T-Mobile. He's like, I'll do it later. I'm like, all right, whatever. But anyways, yeah, these tasks become freaking nightmares when you just like procrastinate on them forever. I actually have another procrastinating quote. As you can see, I've been busy. So this one is like, to stop procrastinating, just think about your friend is stepping into the bathroom for a minute and he needs you to take over his video game. So he's like, hey, I gotta go to the bathroom, take over my game. And you're gonna do the best you can, even though you're not gonna feel the reward of winning it because it's his game, you're just like helping him. So try to live your life in the same way. You need to do the things today that will make sure that you're taking care of that guy that comes tomorrow who's in the bathroom, who's also you. So pretend you stepped out in the bathroom, and then you're also the guy that's helping with the video game, and just go do the video game today, so that tomorrow when you come from the bathroom to find you working, you're like, oh, thank you. You know, so you're helping tomorrow you. Tomorrow Ilya. I actually have a thing I also say where I'm like, have you noticed I'm holding this microphone super weird? I'm like, I don't even know how to describe this. I'm like looking at the video, it looks super weird. Whatever, just focus on the audio. Yeah, it's just hella funny because it's like, wait, what was I saying? Fuck it. Next quote. 1% of a water... We keep it professional out here, okay? 1% of a watermelon is better than 100% of a grape. So what does this mean? 1% of a watermelon is better than 100% of a grape. Actually, if mathematically, if you look at that, I don't know if that's actually true, but let's take it at the face value. What it means is that like, it's better to get 1% of a huge company than to get 100% of a tiny business that like doesn't do shit. Which I totally didn't heed that advice, because instead of trying to start a big company and raise money, I was greedy and I'm like, I don't want to give away any of this equity. So instead I built a small business, and well, look at me now. I could have built a big company and probably would have done a lot better. So I did not heed that advice, which is probably why I wrote it down. Next, what you hate most in others is usually what you hate most in yourself. Damn, that's a hitter. Wait, hold up. What you hate most in others is usually what you hate most in yourself. Damn, that's some real shit. I mean, I think it's true, right? What you hate most in others is usually what you hate most in yourself. What do I hate in other people? Man, I don't know if that's even true. That sounds like some bullshit, actually. Hold up. What you hate most in others. So what do I hate in others? Man, I hate when people waste my time. Maybe I'm wasting my own time. Oh, damn. All right, we're moving on. God, I hope the audio turns out on this. I'm like holding it to my chest. I hope it's not like rumbling, like whatever. Okay, this one's by Bertrand Russell. This is a long one. Make your interests gradually wider and more impersonal until bit by bit the walls of the ego recede and your life becomes increasingly merged in the universal life. Okay, this is starting to sound like some bullshit, but let's keep going. An individual human existence should be like a river, small at first, narrowly contained within its banks, and rushing passionately past rocks and over waterfalls. Gradually, the river grows wider, the banks recede, the water flows more quietly, and in the end, without any visible break, they become merged into the sea and painlessly lose their individual being. All right, that's some like poetry shit. I'm not really feeling it right now. Next one, soul. I should be fair. That's kind of dope. That's kind of dope. You know, it's like right now you're like the small water that's like rushing super fast, like the river that's like going through past the rocks and stuff, over waterfalls, and it's like going up and down and stuff. And then as you get older, it's like, okay, the river grows wider and the banks recede, the water flows more quietly. Now you're kind of like chugging along through life quietly. And in the end, without any visible break, they're talking about death here, so hold up. They become merged into the sea and painlessly lose their individual being. So it's like, oh, I'm just part of one and it's time for me to die. All right, I can feel that. That's some real shit. I just feel like I'm in like a joking mood today, so I'm just gonna keep going. Soul, maybe I shouldn't even be doing these quotes. Maybe I should just be bullshitting. Let me just talk for a while. Let's see, what's going on in my life? I kind of feel hood today too, like I'm talking all like, anyway. Look, it's Saturday night, and I went out last night, I DJ'd and stuff, so I'm like, I don't even know if I'm feeling going out tonight, but I had a good time today. I went on a date today, which was nice, and there was some good back and forth, and yeah, man, I think it's good to like go and meet people. I really like meeting people, because like, you start to get to know yourself better, and if you find somebody where you actually like the way you are around that person, hang on to that person, or at least try to spend more time with them, or at least don't ghost them, right? Even if they're not your perfect type or whatever, but if you like yourself when you're around that person, you should totally try to like spend more time, just spend time with people like that, that when you're around them, you're like, I really like myself when I'm around these people. Like, I like who I am. I like the things they bring out of me. This is a good people to hang out with. Man, maybe I will go out tonight. I don't know. Okay, this is something I came up with. It's whatever. Soul of an empath, execution of a sociopath. these are like really serious quotes, and I'm kind of in a jovial, goofy mood, so I don't know if this is the vibe right now, but like soul of an empath, execution of a sociopath. So let's start with the second one, execution of a sociopath. You want to execute, whether it's in business or whether it's in like the stuff you have to do, like a sociopath. Like you're just like, I don't care how I feel, I'm going to the gym today. Now, obviously, these are all gray areas, right? If you're like deathly ill and you're like, I don't care, I'm going to the gym today, like that's retarded, don't do that. But like, you know, if you're like, I don't really feel it today, like, but you know you could do it, but you're just not feeling it. It also depends, like if you feel like you're getting sick, maybe hold off. But like in general, if you feel okay and you know that the reason you're not going is just because you don't feel like it, just freaking do it, man. Just execute like a sociopath, but retain the soul of an empath, because you want to have one foot in each. You don't want to be just the sociopath that's like the game theory, perfect way to do everything and achieve the outcomes I want. And then what? Okay, so you achieved the outcome. Now what? You're at the end of the rainbow. Cool. You didn't even enjoy the journey. Life's about the journey. So soul of an empath is like retain that empathy in your soul and retain that sense of joy and life in you. Like don't just always work on stuff that has an outcome. Some of the most fun stuff to work on is stuff that doesn't have an outcome. Like you're like, okay, or it has an outcome that isn't tied to any like financial gain. Like you're like, oh, I'm making this dope mix. I got my DJ gear back there. So yesterday I spent a bunch of time making a mix because I knew I was gonna have to play it that night. So I was selecting songs, throwing away some songs, putting in others, and turned out great. Wasn't many people at the club, but my friends were there and they enjoyed it. I guess maybe they're just being nice, but you know, the guy who booked me was like, yeah, good job, really good, book you again. So I'm like, cool, I did a good job. That was great. But actually the most fun was like when I was collecting the songs and going through songs and then like figuring out the mix, you know? So retain the soul of an empath. Don't always do stuff just for the outcome. I mean, you can really get far doing that, but for what purpose? You should enjoy the journey also. So kind of combine those two, have one foot in each. Yeah, you know what? I'm not really feeling the quotes today, you know? But, you know, I'll keep it a short video today. Maybe I'll come back tomorrow. I'll put you on some more game with these quotes. But in the meantime, what am I going to do today? Let's see, it's almost 9 p.m. I'm probably not going to go out tonight. I'm probably just gonna I'm watching Shameless right now, so I'm gonna watch this stupid show and just like pass out because I'm super tired. I didn't really get much sleep last night. You know, it's weird, no matter what, when I go to bed, even if it's like 3, 4 a.m., I always wake up at like either 8 a.m. or 10 a.m. or 11. Like I just can't sleep past then. Maybe I should like block more light. My bedroom is already like super light blocked, but I feel like I need to block out more light because sometimes light comes in under the door, so I need to get one of those things or just like put a towel under the door. I don't know, I'll figure it out. Anyways, hope you like the new mic. Hope the sound's coming well. Hope my chest wasn't like hitting the mic too much and messing up the sound. And yeah, I'll catch you later. Peace.